So you are inspired and wanted to build a personal website yourself? Let's walk through the things you need to do. There are basically only 3 steps to start any kind of website. Get a domain name and web host. Build from scratch or use a site builder. And add in the content. These days I use Namecheap to register and manage all my domain names. For hosting, I recommend using Hostinger, mainly because they have the cheapest single website hosting and an easy-to-use website builder. For your information, Zero, the website builder, is now rebranded as Hostinger Website Builder, and it's offered in Hostinger hosting plans. In this video, I will go over the basics of building a personal site using Hostinger Website Builder. Let's begin. So what you're seeing is my Hostinger user dashboard. It's an all-in-one portal where you can manage everything about your websites and emails. To start building a website, navigate to Website at the top menu. Select Create or Migrate a Website on the next page. To begin, choose the type of website you want to create. For our demo, we will select Portfolio. Next, create a new website using Hostinger Website Builder. You can either decide what domain to use right away, or you can build first and link your website to a domain later. The platform offers 18 categories of templates for websites with different purposes. For this guide, we're going to be building a simple personal website. Browse through the selection of templates to see what you like. Hovering over a template will allow you to either preview it or start working with that template. When building a website today, it is important to realize that many users are now using mobile devices to view web content. This means that your site needs to be properly formatted for those devices. Hostinger Website Builder does this for you automatically, but you can also check on your own. On the top navigation bar, there are icons for a desktop or mobile device. Clicking either of those will to goggle the view so you can see if that version of your site looks all right. When you know which template you want, hover your mouse over that template, then click Start Building. This will bring you to the editor. On the side menu bar, there is an option to add elements. It comes with pre-configured to offer a specific set of elements that are commonly used to create personal websites. This includes text, images, contact forms, and more. To add an element to your website, click the Add Elements option and decide which type you want. Next, left-click on it, and while holding your mouse button down, drag it over onto your template. It is now that you'll notice the grid system. The grid system appears as you drag elements onto your template or move existing elements around. These blocks serve as basic guidelines to let you see the permissible spots where you can place your elements. Any placements or resizing of elements need to follow the basic sizes of each square in the grid system. If there are existing elements on your page you don't like or want to move, this can easily be fixed. Clicking on the element in question will highlight it with a blue outline. From there you can either drag to move, resize, or choose to edit it. For example, highlighting a button will display an option to Edit button. You will see changes being made immediately as you're doing them. The same goes for editing your images and text. They are exactly the same as you would expect when using a text editing program like Google Docs. At the bottom of your main page, you may notice an option to Add Section. Sections are what separate your pages in Hostinger Website Builder. Using sections helps improve the user experience and allows you to call their attention to different parts of your website via the navigation menu. For example, for a personal resume site, you might like to have a separate section such as Testimonial. The Hostinger Website Builder platform has pre-built sections you can choose. These will match your current template. Alternatively, you can use a blank section that you can customize on your own. To add a page, click on the Pages and Navigation tab on the left-hand side of the editor. Click on the Add Page button at the bottom of the list of pages. Decide a name for the pages. This will be your new page's title. Customize the page by adding different sections, text, images, and other elements using the drag and drop editor. A blog may be a good idea for a personal site. You can do this easily in Hostinger Website Building platform. To add a blog, click on the Blog tab on the left-hand side of the editor. Click on the Add Blog button at the bottom of the list. This will generate a blog with 3 dummy posts. Add a blog post by clicking on the Add Post button. Fill out the information for the post, such as the title, content, and images. Click on the Save button when you're finished. Aside from the main website builder, Hostinger also comes with a free logo generator, AI writing assistant, and an AI Heatmap tool that you can make use of. When I first started building sites, looking for a logo was one of my biggest headaches. Free logo generators aren't really free in many cases. Hostinger offers you the use of their logo maker for free, and it's quite easy to use as well. The AI writer basically helps you generate usable text. If language isn't your strong point, you can use AI Writer to help you build some basic content for free. There are limited categories of what it can generate at the moment, but I anticipate more to come. The AI Heatmap will analyze your web page and show you where the user focus is drawn to. This tool is useful in many cases. For example, if you want to be sure that you're calling attention to the right focus area in an image, such as your product. That is all about creating and customizing your personal site using Hostinger Website Builder. Once you are done editing and satisfied, simply hit the Go Live button on the top right-hand corner to start getting visitors. For more tips and tricks in creating a stunning personal website, check out our full tutorial below.